Hey, what's up, everybody? This is like take 3,794 of this. So I'm going to try to maintain my enthusiasm because StreamYard charges an arm and a leg now, and it never works like it's supposed to. Anyway, welcome back to Found Footage Fridays. I am going to have to keep this super short because now I've run out of time after having to film this so many times. I was thinking about what I could do for this week, and I thought it would be really kind of fun to talk about my five wow moments in five different found footage horror movies. Before I jump into that, I wanted to give a quick shout to our sponsor for this video, which is Found TV.
If you are a lover of found footage horror, Found TV is the app for you. From all sorts of mainstream titles to indie projects, they have every subgenre of the subgenre. New releases constantly, as well as world releases that have never been seen before. If you are a fan of found footage and you love horror movies, you should already have this app.
So this is going to be a spoiler conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and list the movies up front that I'm going to kind of jump into, and then I'll jump into the movies. It'll be short, sweet, cute little episode. The movies I'm going to talk about is Final Prayer, also known as The Borderlands, Taking of Deborah Logan, the movie Exist, Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, and then Horror in the High Desert Minerva, which is the second installment in that franchise. So let's get into it. I'll start with Taking of Deborah Logan. Taking of Deborah Logan is one of my favorite found footage movies. It is on Found TV. You can watch it there. And essentially, I think starting with this one, I'm starting with it because I think it has the most obvious of the list. And that's going to be the child eating scene. There is a scene where they are in this like cave-like environment surrounded by rocks and dirt and craziness, and they're trying to find Deborah Logan. And they come around this giant ass rock, and she's got her mouth open, veins, dark eyes, and she is swallowing a child. Absolutely horrifying, very traumatic. Very well shot, looks incredible, crazy ass movie. Highly recommend. The next one I'm going to talk about is a movie called Final Prayer. It's also called The Borderlands. Either one is fine. The Borderlands, this is going to ruin the ending. Again, spoiler conversation. But at the very end of this, we learned that this is not a typical possession story. We learn that there is essentially this like elder god living under the church, and there was a religion sort of based around this concept. And essentially, our two people that are main characters go down to try to figure out what's going on. They go through this like weird cave areas, always creepy, especially in found footage. And essentially, they find this being like the belly of the building, I suppose, and they essentially get digested, and it literally like melts off like their facial features and stuff. Incredible body horror, very well shot, all practical. Absolutely love Borderlands. You should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Um, the next one is my favorite Bigfoot horror movie ever, especially in found footage. I need more of that in found footage. It's all good. Don't recommend any of the ones that are already out. But Exist is my favorite one. And this is sort of a story concept and less of a specific, like, oh my God, crazy ass moment. But at the end of the story, we learned that the reason that the Bigfoot was essentially attacking these kids is because they hurt and killed one of the other Bigfoots. So adding this concept of a really smart, familial, like revenge Bigfoot was so cool to me. I absolutely dug this concept. And on top of that, you have this moment between our final living character and our Bigfoot, and they just kind of have this like, you took from me, I took from you. Let's call it even. And I don't know why that works for me, but it was such a cool concept. I loved seeing this idea of Bigfoot. Highly recommend. Which takes me to, of course, Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum. And this is maybe another slightly more obvious one. Gonjiam, the scene in that one that always blows my mind, even on rewatches, which I've rewatched a handful of times, it's always terrifying, is the whisper scene. They have these cameras that come down and they shoot in like this, and it's this really close up scene of one of the characters, and her eyes are black, her mouth is moving insanely fast, she's whispering, and her stringy hair is down. Horrifying. Even to this day, when I rewatch that scene or I see a gif of it, I'm so unsettled by it. Gonjiam is a phenomenal content creating horror found footage. It's like one of my favorites. It's like in my top five. I absolutely love it. But that scene in particular always gets me every single time. And it is the reason that I always go back to this film and how great it is. And that's going to take me to my final one, which is Horror in the High Desert Minerva. Again, this is the second one in the franchise. I absolutely love all three of these. Dutch is doing amazing things. I cannot wait for the next installment. But there is a scene in Minerva where our rescue guy is coming down and he's in this building and it's super dark and he's got like a body cam on and he's turning around, and as he's turning he's looking to his right. He turns, there's like a set of stairs that go down. There's something there. And so that's probably a a concept that's used a lot in general in found footage, but I'm telling you, it worked in this because he's in that building for so long. The tension building is intense. He's hearing sounds everywhere. And you know that he survives because he's one of the people they're interviewing. So you're like, what the hell's going to happen? And then you're just not expecting that. And you turn around, there's somebody standing at the bottom of the stairs, and he can't see them. So he starts to go down the stairs, and the closer he gets to the stairs and the camera's moving around, they're not there anymore. And I watched this on my phone for the first time because Tom and I got early screeners for this because we covered it on this series before. And it got me so good. I like hit the back on my phone so many times and rewatched it, and I rewatched it on the TV. I just couldn't believe that scene. It's so well done. It's one of the scariest moments in the franchise. So yeah, that was one that had to be on the list. So just a reminder, if you have not downloaded and checked out Found TV, please do so. You will not regret it, especially if you're a found footage junkie like we are. And that's all I'm going to have for this week. So hope you guys had a great week. Enjoy your weekend coming up, and we will see you in the next one.